Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Western Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. I'd like to thank you all for joining us here today. Just a few housekeeping items before we do get started. There is a Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen that you can use to type questions to our presenters at any time. If you do have a question for a specific institution, be sure to mention that institution in the name of your question. Your camera and microphone are turned off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is also one of many sessions happening today, so be sure to sign up for additional ones as well. And this presentation is also being recorded and will be available at the same site where you registered within about a week. Now I'm going to turn it over to our first institution for this session, which is Pace University.
Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so my name is Jessica Drennan. I'm an undergraduate admission counselor at Pace University. Pace University is a 4-year private university located in New York. We have 2 campuses. One is in downtown Manhattan, right in New York City, and the other one is in Westchester County, New York, just north of New York City. And I'll go into more details about the 2 different campuses now. So our New York City campus has about 6,000 undergraduate students. We are in downtown Manhattan, right in the financial district. We are about a block away from the Brooklyn Bridge and a couple of blocks away from the Freedom Tower and about a 5-minute walk away from Wall Street. Something cool about our New York City campus is a lot of New York City schools are spread out, but Pace is not. It is all within a 5-block radius of each other, so you never have to take the subway to get to class. Everything is right there in walking distance, so it's very convenient for our students. We do have 4 residence halls on the New York City campus. 2 of them are primarily for freshmen. One of them is called Maria's Tower, and it's more typical corridor style, so it will be 2 people in a room and shared bathrooms on the floor. A couple of blocks away from that is 182 Broadway, which is the other residence hall primarily for freshmen. This one is more suite style, so it'll be 3 or 4 people in a room, and you share a bathroom just with the people in your room. And that building has amazing views of the Freedom Tower. And then we also have our Westchester campus, which is located just north of New York City. You might also hear it referred to as our Pleasantville campus because it's in the town of Pleasantville, but it's in Westchester County. This campus is home to about 3,000 of our undergraduate students, and it's also home to our Division II athletics. So if you're interested in playing a sport and being D2, you would be on our Westchester campus. This campus is in a more suburban area, and it's a traditional college campus. Our students like to joke that this campus has birds that aren't pigeons, unlike the New York City campus. And you do have the best of both worlds with this campus because you have that traditional college campus, but we're still about a 40-minute train ride into New York City, so you can still go into the city on weekends and things like that. At Pace, we have something that we like to call the Pace Path. It's sort of like every student's individualized roadmap. It's how we combine your academic growth with your personal growth and your professional growth. So every student, when they first come to Pace, is required to take a class called University 101. University 101 is a pass-fail course, so it's really just for the student's benefit. It's taught by an academic advisor, and they will ask you questions such as, do you want to study abroad? How many internships do you want to do? Do you want to have a second major? Do you want to add a minor? And they will ask you all these questions so that you can start planning out your time at Pace while keeping your eye on the prize, which is to graduate in 4 years. So you're going to have that support when you first come to Pace. A little bit about our academics. We do have more than 100 undergraduate programs, so we're very academically diverse. Our average classroom size is about 18 to 20 students in a classroom, so fairly small classroom sizes. You get a lot of one-to-one time with your professor. You're never sitting in a huge lecture hall with 300 students. For the most part, the majors overlap between campuses, but there are some that are specific to campus. So for example, our School of Performing Arts is only offered on the New York City campus, and our nursing program, which is a direct admit program, is only offered on the Westchester campus. Up here on the screen, you can see the different schools that we have within Pace University. So again, very academically diverse, so many different majors to choose from. I can send a link in the chat after I present with all our different majors if you want to take a look. At PACE, we have the #1 internship placement program in the New York metro area. So we are getting our students those internships. We want you getting your foot in the door. We know that internships are where job offers usually come from, and we want you graduating with a job. So some of our students will do 3 to 5 internships throughout their 4 years at PACE. You can do a paid internship, one for class credit, or you can do an internship simply to build up your resume and to network. You can go to our career services office as early as your freshman year. Even if you're an undecided major, you can tell them what your interests are, and they'll tell you where we've sent students in the past and how you can apply to those places. They're going to help you build your resume, write cover letters. They will do practice mock interviews with you. So again, you're going to get that support in looking for those internships. You're not on your own. You're going to be paired with a career services advisor who will help you find those internships. And there's so many different companies looking for young new interns, especially in the New York metro area. For financial aid, when you apply, you are automatically considered for merit scholarship. So you don't have to do anything extra. All you do is apply and you have that automatic consideration. So that's for merit scholarship. And then you can also apply for financial aid through the FAFSA. About 95% of our first year students do receive some sort of financial aid. So the vast majority of students are not paying the full sticker price tuition. As far as application requirements, we are on the Common App as well as we have our own PACE University application. If you're already doing the Common App and that's easier for you, then go right ahead and do that. We ask for your official high school transcript. The average GPA is a 3.3. We are test optional. We do not require SAT or ACT scores. Let me move on. And this is my contact information. So my email is jdrennan2@pace.edu. I can also put that in the chat. So if you have any questions in the future, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Up next, we have St. John's University.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Anthony. I'm here from St. John's. Just let me pop this up really quickly. All right, there we go. So St. John's, we're located in New York City as well. This is actually a picture of our Queens campus in one of the main areas. We do have a couple of different campuses within the city of New York. So our locations are Queens, Staten Island, and Manhattan. So Queens is our largest location. Staten Island is our second largest. In terms of majors, Queens has every major that we offer. Staten Island has every major with the exception of any major that requires a lab. And Manhattan is a specialized campus for actuary science, risk management, insurance. And if you are a business student, you do have the option to study at all 3 campuses if you would like. The ones you see in blue are campuses that we have overseas for study abroad purposes. So you have a campus in Rome, a campus in Paris, and also a campus in Limerick, Ireland. Some of the key numbers. We have just over 17,000 students, so we're a medium-sized university with a 17-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio. So essentially what that means is we have manageable course sizes. So generally speaking, about 25 students in a class. Your core classes will be larger, and when you go into your major courses, the number will dwindle. We have students representing 47 different states, 123 different countries, so they come from many, many different areas. We have over 180 different clubs and organizations on campus, and we're a Division I sports program with 17 Division I sports teams, and we have just over 100 different majors. The slide here breaks down the colleges that we have within our university programs. In terms of our honors program for St. John's, it's part of the application process. So when you submit your admissions application, if you meet the criteria for that current year, you will receive an invitation to the honors program automatically. So all you have to do is opt in. So we make it pretty easy. For double majors and minors, you can't apply for those incoming, as an incoming student, but if you are interested in that, when you're applying to St. John's, definitely feel free to reach out to me or any other of my colleagues, and we'll walk you through the process. In terms of multiple dual degree options, such as a 5-year MBA program, we have a 3-year BA JD, 3-year JD and BA program. So that's another program, for example, that you have to apply to after you matriculate. So we do have those programs available, but you won't be able to apply to them as an incoming student. Living on campus, we have different styles of living, 2 to be specific. Most of our campus is suite style living, where you walk into a suite door. We have 2 ends of the suite. So to the left, you have a single, double, triple, or a quad room. You have a bathroom, and then the other side is identical. So you have 2 more rooms and another bathroom as well. And in between, you have a little living room space. So it's pretty comfortable. We actually have our first dorm was built in 1999, so fairly new, most part on campus. The other style of living is called traditional, and that is only possible during your freshman year. Traditional style, you walk in, you have your door, you have your room, then there's a bathroom to the right or the left, and that bathroom will then lead to another room for 3 other students, and that's how our traditional style is set up. As I just mentioned before, we're Division I in athletics. This is just a quick breakdown of the different programs that we have. Basketball is probably our biggest program, but soccer, fencing, and golf are also some of our most successful programs as well. These are some of our staple programs in terms of studying abroad. So as I mentioned before, we do have a couple campuses overseas. Our Global Passport program is our freshman year program. So you can go to Rome or Paris for 7 days at the end of the semester. For Western Europe semester, that's actually our most popular program. So you get to spend 5 weeks in Rome, 5 weeks in Paris, and 5 weeks in Limerick, Ireland, if you choose. You could also alternatively just choose one of those countries and stay there for the entire semester as well. 44% of our 17,000 students travel abroad, so a lot of students at St. John's get the opportunity to go overseas. And we also have Costa Rica and Colombia as mainstays as well. Internship opportunities, we have a 94% employment rate after graduation. A lot of that has to do with also being in New York City as well, so there's a lot of opportunities within the city of New York. This is a quick little breakdown of different areas that students have interned and worked at, so you can see the diversity in terms of areas. So we have sports with the Islanders, MLB, to media with MTV, to law enforcement with the police department, FBI, to tech with Facebook, to finance with Merrill Lynch. So there's a lot of different areas that students get opportunities in. For application requirements, we are free to apply. We're on the Common App. We do have our own application as well. We are test optional for all majors, subject to change next year, but we were test optional for most majors before this year anyway, so I'm assuming that we will stay there. If you do apply test optional, I do highly recommend submitting 2 letters of rec. Your essay becomes required if you are going test optional, and please submit a resume. A lot of students don't, but if you submit a resume, you do actually give you points on your application for that. If you are submitting test scores, our average ACT score is a 25 average super score, and also a 1200 as well for an SAT. So if you take it multiple times, whichever one is the highest, we'll use that as your credentials. And for GPA, we have a 3.5 weighted average or a 90, depending on your scale. For deadlines, this is the same for every year. Early decision is November 15th. After that, we have early action for December 1st. And then after December 1st, we have rolling admissions. The only programs that have a hard deadline will be pharmacy and biooptometry, which are both February 1st. Scholarship opportunities really quickly. Merit scholarships are automatic. So when you apply to St. John's, you have a wide range of money you can get just from your credentials there. This is just a list of other programs you could apply for. If you go to a Catholic school, we offer scholarships for that as well. And if you have any questions about other scholarships, definitely feel free to reach out to me, but there's a lot of opportunities that we have. This is quickly the tuition. And then for room and board, $17,000 roughly for Queens. Staten Island doesn't have housing, unfortunately, so Queens is the only place that you can live. And then quickly moving on from there, the last slide here, just some of my information. So if you ever have questions, if you ever want to visit, if you ever want to do a virtual visit, physical visit, definitely feel free to reach out to me, but I'll also put my contact information in the chat as well. But enjoy the rest of the program and have a good day.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Just a reminder to our participants, if you do have questions for any of our institutions today, definitely don't hesitate to drop those into our Q&A feature. Up next, we have Syracuse.
Hello, everybody. Just get my slideshow going here. My name is Camille Kreitz, and I work for Syracuse University Office of Admissions. I'm based in Southern California, so I am your regional rep. Syracuse is a residential campus, so you're required to live on campus your first 2 years, and that means that at least half of our students do live on campus. The campus itself is based just outside of Syracuse, New York, which are just outside of downtown Syracuse. So, which is actually a city, not just a little college town. We're a good sized city. Where exactly are we? We are located right in the middle of New York State. So we're about 5 hours north of New York City, 5 hours west of Boston. We do have an airport about 20 minutes from campus. So if you are coming from farther afield, you can definitely fly directly into Syracuse from any major Midwest, East Coast, some of the bigger southern cities, even as far west as Denver. So even if you're flying in from California, you'll only have one connection to get to Syracuse. Now we have over 200 majors and 100 minors to choose from. And we do have a common core curriculum. What that means is that no matter what your major, no matter what college you're enrolled in, you will be required to take some classes within the College of Arts and Sciences. What that does is it creates a flexibility of curriculum. So you can apply undecided, you can change your major once you get to campus, and you can pick up a double major or a minor, and you can do those in different colleges. So for example, you can be majoring in architecture and minoring in engineering or minoring in French. So there's a lot of flexibility there for students to kind of move around and decide what they want to do. We are a Tier 1 research institute. We really encourage our students, even at the undergraduate level, to get involved in research. And that can be in any field. It doesn't have to be in the sciences. It can also be the social sciences or the humanities. So a lot of opportunities for research on campus. We also have a top tier, top 10 study abroad program. We have 5 of our own centers overseas, and then we partner with local universities in over 60 countries. So students can study as early as their freshman year all the way up to their senior year, depending on what they're studying and where they are in their curriculum. We have full semester programs, we have summer programs, and we also have short-term programs as well. So what does it mean to be Orange? First of all, we're a very diverse campus. We have students from all 50 states. California students make up our 5th biggest population on campus. We also have students from 170 different countries. So very diverse in every sense of the word. We have over 300 clubs and organizations. We are a D1 sports school. But we also have club and intramural sports. We have Greek life. We have all kinds of community service opportunities, performing arts opportunities. So whatever you're interested in, there's definitely some kind of an organization or club that fits your needs. We also have a lot of support services. When you arrive at Syracuse, you're assigned not only an academic advisor, but also a career advisor from your freshman year. We have health facilities, fitness facilities, counseling facilities, tutoring facilities. We have a lot of cultural clubs. So there's a lot of student support throughout the campus. Okay, and then as far as joining the Orange family, so we are a Common App school. We have both early decision with a deadline of November 15th and regular decision, which is January 1. We do a holistic review. So we're really looking at your application from cover to cover. This year we were test optional, and we will also be for 2022. So if you're now currently a junior, know that next year when you're applying will still be test optional. And then after that, it's still to be determined. We do offer personal interviews before applications are due. So we will start interviewing students, rising seniors, beginning in the summer before their senior year on up until December. Interviews are not required, but they're a great way for you to get to know us a little bit better and for us to get to know you a little bit better. So I definitely recommend those. And we'll be doing them generally throughout the entire university. You can apply through our Jenner website, but also through our website in Southern California. And then we do have a commitment to affordability. So when you apply to Syracuse, you're automatically considered for merit. And then on top of that, you may also qualify for financial aid. And then sophomore, junior, senior year, there are all kinds of other scholarships that you can apply for. So in the end, we end up supporting about 75 to 80% of our students financially. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about Syracuse University, this is our general information here. If you put your phone up to the QR code, you'll also get a form where you can sign up for our mailing list. And I will drop some more links into the chat. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for that presentation. Up next, we have University of Rochester.
Everyone, my name is Libby Brown. I'm also regional to the West Coast. So much like Camille, I am local to the California region, but I'm actually originally born and raised Rochesterian. So I'm happy to chat about my hometown and our wonderful community here. I always like to, if I can get my stuff to start. There we go. I wanted to start with a quick land acknowledgement. We are located on the ancestral homelands of the Haudenosaunee, specifically Seneca Nation, about an hour west of Syracuse. So if you're wondering, upstate, yes, we are closer to Toronto than we are to New York City, but we are still within that easy access point to Boston, New York, Philly, DC, about 5.5, 6 hour drive to each of those, a little bit further for DC, obviously. And we are, again, very much located next to a close, easy airport for folks who do not want to have more than one layover. Yes, we are very similar to Syracuse. We have our own airport at Rochester. We're actually the third largest city in the state, so it is an easy access point, but a lot of students appreciate that we are still a small city. Certainly with the kind of community that we're laid out a little bit around the city itself, but most of our students will find themselves on the River campus. We do have the medical center and our laser lab for energetics directly within walking distance, about 15-20 minutes max in terms of distances across campuses. And then our downtown hosts our Eastman School of Music. So reputation-wise, Rochester is really well known for pre-med, medical interests. Certainly biology is a popular major, business, engineering, but obviously also music, the creative arts, humanities, social sciences. We have them all. Especially for students now, I think a lot of the exploration and the opportunities to take advantage of may not have been as easily accessible this year. And certainly I want to also acknowledge that it's been a rough year for many. And so we are looking forward to hopefully welcoming you to campus soon, but we're keeping you in our thoughts, and we hope that you've been weathering the storm that is the past year well enough. So I always like to start with a little bit of also the context of who we are. So not just the location and what we do, but also kind of the values that drive us. Our first and foremost is the idea of growth mindset, the idea that we can become and be ever better for both ourselves and the world around us. Learn, discover, heal, create, and make our world ever better is our mission statement, our motto. And so we do see that applied in a couple of different unique ways. The first thing that makes us a bit more unique on the landscape of higher education is that we are a research tier 1 institution. I'll get into that in just a minute. But when it comes to the value of the research experiences that we do, we're in a small context. We're 5,500 undergrads, and that's very rare to find in the context of a research community. With that, it means that you have a lot of easy access with your faculty members. The work that you're doing is in small classroom sizes, 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio, average class size of 15. So most of our students do find themselves really developing a strong network, a strong community around them. And it's big enough that you don't see the same faces all the time, but it's small enough that you don't feel overwhelmed. I think for a lot of our student body, the experience itself is very much based in the connections that they're making. And one of the things that I really appreciate as well is that we have a very global campus. We have 120 countries represented in 5,500 undergrads, which is pretty rare. And certainly with the experience of that, we do have a wide amount of opportunities to study abroad, do research abroad, connect abroad through internships and work. That definitely translates also to students coming back home to California, Nevada. If they are interested in opportunities, we have a very strong, small but mighty alumni network that they can tap into both on the East Coast, the West Coast, and globally. And so I do see a lot of our students, especially on the West Coast, really take advantage of that. It's not always the easiest transition to the weather of winter. For a lot of our students, they are looking forward to coming back home and starting their life really full force in the context of California. And so it's nice to be able to have that balance of both. I mentioned obviously the sort of global context and the research context, but more importantly, one of the things that does make us pretty stand out on the landscape is that we do have what we call an open or a flexible curriculum. We do not have general education requirements. You are able to double major, triple major, quadruple major. I have a student right now from California. He is a quadruple major. He just added his fourth. He's on track to graduate in 4 years. He's brain and cognitive science, music, linguistics, and theater. And he keeps himself pretty busy, but I will say that it's not overwhelming. And that does come from that place of, what do you want? What are you excited to study? What are you interested in? Get that exploration. You don't have to declare until the end of sophomore year. Most of our students do find themselves really digging in right away in their areas of interest. Our Hagem School of Engineering has that open flexibility as well. So if you start in something like brain and cognitive science and want to move to biomedical engineering, we were a COVID vaccine center in terms of the research to develop the vaccine. And I saw a lot of students transitioning from that biology to more of an emphasis on public health, global health. What does that look like in the broader experience of where does my career lead me? How am I moving towards that? And the important thing for us is it's individualized. It's focused on the person that you are and that you want to become. And so that really does translate into a wide variety of different experiences. No two students typically have the same kind of pathways. It's very rare to see students not explore all across the area. But again, that ability to really hone in your focus and really have that much more dedicated interest can start right away. And I think a lot of our students really appreciate that. It does translate obviously to a lot of our community really creating new knowledge on their own as well. And so I do want to really quick, I'm so sorry, Clarissa, really quick, I want to get into the pieces of the puzzle. We are test optional, we remain test optional. We're on automatic consideration for merit scholarships. And we do have, we meet 100% of demonstrated need. I appreciate all your time and we're looking forward to spending more. I'll put my info in the bottom and have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for the time here.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Up next, we have Kansas State University.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Nicole Bartle, and I am your admissions representative from Kansas State University. I'm originally from Palos Verdes, California, and then moved to Kansas just to go to K-State. So I can definitely personally attest to all the different experiences that you can have as a K-Stater, but really excited to share some more information about who we are and all the different opportunities that are available to you. So just to get started, to give you an idea of who K-State is, and put some facts and figures on the screen for you here with some of my favorite statistics, like #1, happiest students, and #2, students love their college. We really pride ourselves in that our students really enjoy being here, and our alumni network really has this pride of being K-Staters and being K-State alum. When you think about our student population, we do have about 22,000 students overall on campus, which I know sometimes can sound like a really big number. So I like to focus on this 18:1 student to faculty ratio at the bottom. We want to make sure that you're getting connected to your professors, and not only that you know who's talking at you in front of the screen, but that they're getting to know you too. So understanding what your goals are, what job opportunities you're looking for, how you can get involved in research and those different pieces. We are a Division I school within the Big 12. So I always say K-State's a great fit for anyone looking for that holistic big college experience with a close, tight-knit feel as well. Now, some of the more important statistics on the screen, we do have a #1 highest starting salary in the state of Kansas, as well as a 97% job placement and continuing education rate. We want to make sure that if you choose to come to K-State, you feel confident that we're going to help you get to that next step, whether that's going to graduate school, going to further your education even beyond K-State, or just getting a job afterwards as well. Now, academics seem to be probably one of the quickest ways or the most intuitive ways to start your college search. So K-State does offer over 250 majors and programs, as well as over 50 different minors. I got my degree in psychology with a minor in Spanish from K-State, so I can definitely attest to how you can really customize and make your degree as flexible as possible. You'll see all the different academic colleges that are represented at K-State, but again, wanting to make sure that we're helping you find your passion, figure out exactly it's going to be academically that's going to make you thrive and get to your next goals. Some of the things outside of the classroom, because although academics are important, we want to make sure that you're having a little bit of fun while you're on campus too. Undergraduate research is definitely something that we pride ourselves on, and I know you've heard that a couple of times today. I remember back when I was in high school, I thought research is, I'm going to be a biology major glued to a microscope all the time. When in reality, it's so much more than that. I was in a research lab within the psychological sciences department, where I was collecting data, analyzing data with graduate students and faculty members, and even had the opportunity to present at a national conference during my junior year. So these really incredible opportunities right as an undergraduate student before you even get to your graduate programs. Then we also offer over 500 different clubs and organizations. Those are going to range from things like things specific to your major, religious organizations, multicultural groups, club sports, random clubs like squirrel watching club and skydiving club if you really want to jump out of a perfectly good plane. So lots of different ways to get involved, as well as Greek life covers about 22% of our student population. Now, we want to make sure that you're thinking about admission criteria and scholarships and all that good stuff, especially being an out-of-state student. So our admission criteria is on the left side of the screen. We are test optional, meaning that you just need to meet one of these requirements to be automatically admitted to K-State. So that's a 3.25 GPA, weighted or unweighted, whatever's higher, or a 21 on the ACT or a 1060 on the SAT. Again, just one of those requirements will get you automatically admitted to the university. We do have our own native application that probably won't take you more than 15 minutes to complete, maybe 30 if you have Netflix on in the background and you're a little distracted, but we're also on the common application. I usually say our native application is a little bit easier just because it's all self-reported information. So we don't need essays, letters of recommendation, transcripts, nothing like that to get admitted. Then on the right-hand side, you'll see some of our ways that our students are funding their education. Our general university scholarships, awards, and tuition waivers do still look at ACT or SAT and GPA. But when you submit your application, you're automatically applying for those, including our Founders Non-Resident Merit Award, where California students can pay 150% of in-state tuition, as well as receiving a scholarship on top of that waiver. We do also have some test optional scholarships that students can apply for. That's looking at leadership, involvement, academic rigor, and those types of pieces. If you haven't had the chance to take the SAT or ACT, or if you're just not stoked with your score, you can apply through those as well. Our K-State Scholarship Network, or the KSN that's listed at the bottom, that's how you'll apply for additional awards through the university. So through your academic college, department, any miscellaneous scholarships that we might have across campus are all included in a database for you to apply in one spot. Now, I'd love for you to come visit campus. I know that's what really helped me as I was finalizing my college search and really making sure that I felt like home when I was on campus. We're offering both virtual and in-person opportunities if you're able to make it out to Kansas, but lots of opportunities to get connected to your academic areas, go on a student-led tour, so being able to connect with current K-Staters, and then also have the opportunity to meet one-on-one with me if you have any additional questions about admissions, getting in, and what your experience might look like here at the university. My contact information is on the screen as well, and I'll put that in the chat, but that Calendly link at the bottom is how you can sign up for a one-on-one call with me. Thank you all again for being here today, and go Cats.
Thank you very much for your presentation. As a final reminder, if you guys do have questions, definitely don't hesitate to put those into the Q&A feature down below. Our final institution is Eastern Kentucky University.
Hello, everybody. My name is Felisa Wilson, and I'm with Eastern Kentucky University. I am going to share my screen. You should be able to see my presentation as of right now. Again, I'm with Eastern Kentucky University. My name is Felisa Wilson. I am a senior admissions counselor, and I do represent the state of California. But as you can tell by my accent, I am in Kentucky. So we're very, very proud of our institution, and we're so proud that you actually took the time to spend with me today. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the university and share a little bit about the Eastern Kentucky University experience. But make sure that you write down my phone number or my text message. You can always text me, or you can, of course, email me. And then if you go online, you can always schedule a personalized appointment with me as well. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the university today. We are located in the beautiful bluegrass region of Kentucky. We are actually located in the center of the great state of Kentucky. We are known as the Campus Beautiful. So if you come to our campus, you will actually see all the pictures that I'm actually going to show tonight. Actually has all real pictures of our campus. We are very proud of our campus. We are located in Richmond, Kentucky, but we do have regional campuses. With you being an out-of-state student, you will not need to worry about that at all. We have enrollment of nearly 15,000 students in our student body. You'll never see all of those students at one time here at the university, but we're very proud of our medium-sized institution. We have everything that a big school has, but we also have everything that a small school has as well. With brand new buildings on our campus, EKU is always growing, even during a pandemic. We have a brand new science building that's actually the second phase has already been completed. We have brand new residence halls that are automatically always coming up as well. We have a new recreation center as well that actually you're going to see here in a few minutes on my slideshow. as well as we have a brand new renovated student union building and a center for the arts that brings in nationally well artists all over the world. And we're very, very proud of those businesses. We are a school of opportunity, meaning that we do take first year students very serious, first year in their families. So first generation college students, even more serious when they decide they want to come to EKU. We want to make sure they have the support they need. And with nearly 30% of those students being on our campus, we do have lots of things that we make sure that they can have support and things of that nature as well. What programs do we offer at Eastern Kentucky University? We have over 100 programs at EKU. Some of our well-known programs are Homeland Security and Criminal Justice. That is located in our College of Justice and Safety, which is actually makes us a university of distinction in the nation. There are only 5 in the nation, and Eastern Kentucky University is one of those 5 with the College of Justice and Safety. So we train police officers on our campus. So we actually do have the Department of Justice on our campus, which is an amazing thing for our police studies, our Homeland Security, criminal justice programs as well. So we have great amounts of programming for that. We have the only aviation school in the state of Kentucky. So if you want to fly planes, we do have single engine and multi-engine planes on our campus as well. So we're very proud of that major. We are a nursing institution as well. We are ranked #1 in the state of Kentucky for our nurses, and we are nationally ranked for our nurses as well. So we are very proud of our nursing. We have the first forensic science program in the nation. So we have a forensic science in biology and in chemistry. I have an American Sign Language program as well. So we have a lot of things that you can actually do at EKU that we're very proud of. I also have that honors program. So if you are a student who wants to do a little bit more and to make your degree even better, honors can do that as well. With a student teacher ratio of 15:1, with 15,000 students in our student body, we represent everything to make sure that you get one-on-one personalized instruction while at the university. We're very proud that 75% of our students in Kentucky are employed after graduation. That is one of the highest among all the institutions in the state. And so we're very proud of that. We are an NCAA Division I school. We are currently in the Ohio Valley Conference, but we will be ASUN come July. We have 6 men's and 8 women's sports. You will attend all of that for free. We have over 200 organizations that you can join, including a sleep club. So if you're interested, you can even do that. We also have an esports and gaming institute on our campus as well. So we're very proud of our organization. So we want to get you very involved when you come to EKU. Our campus recreation center is one of our newest. If you look at the pictures, you'll see I have an aquatic center, I have 2 fitness courts, name it, we have it. That is the climbing wall. That is a replica of a national park in Kentucky as well. So we have those things. Of course, we have dining and housing that you can actually get involved in on campus. This is probably the most important slide. Tuition is $10,300 to attend EKU. So we want you to make sure that you have that, and to also know that all your books at EKU is free when you're a first-year student at the university. So again, my name is Felisa Wilson. I'm with Eastern Kentucky University, and we're very proud that you stopped by to talk to us today, and I hope you have a wonderful night.
Wonderful. Thank you everyone for giving us more information about your institutions today. I'm going to invite all my panelists to come back just to give you guys a little bit more insight to their favorite things that happen on their campuses. So the question we'll be answering is, what is your favorite event or tradition on your campus? And we'll start with Pace.
Thank you. So my favorite event is something that we do at the end of every semester, at the end of finals week. It's breakfast at midnight. All the students come in their pajamas. It's when the library is open 24 hours because it's finals week. So we have that breakfast at midnight. Even the president of PACE comes, and it's a really fun event and way to end the semester.
St. John's?
Yes, so my favorite tradition is actually centered around Midnight Madness. So when the basketball season started, we have everybody come to the arena. We usually have a performer there. The coaches, we introduce the coaches, the new players. If there's new players, they kind of get really excited to show off that the season's starting. Kind of like a beginning of the whole semester. And then we also go into, right after that, we go into a big event that we have for community service. So raising money for cancer, which is Relay for Life. And then the morning after, St. John's basketball does something called Dribble for the Cure. So it's kind of like an all-inclusive big party, but then it turns into community service, which is a really cool thing to see.
Syracuse?
Yeah, I think my favorite event is Family Weekend. It's a weekend that coincides typically with a big basketball game and also a sort of a homecoming. So all of our families are on campus, but also all of our alumni also come back to campus. And there are all kinds of events going on all over campus and all over actually the city of Syracuse. So it's a big community event.
Rochester?
Yeah, we also have a strong alumni weekend, but my favorite is actually the first weekend right before orientation, or right after orientation finishes. We have a day of service, a global day of service that students and families, alumni around the world all participate in on the same day, which is, I think, really cool. Our 300 clubs and organizations also participate. So it's a really wonderful way to connect both the freshmen all the way to the alums throughout that experience of service.
Kansas State?
I think one of my favorite events is open house at K-State. This year, it's going to look a little bit different. We're going to do it virtually, so you guys can definitely tune in and check out our different organizations and colleges. But our entire campus and our entire community is lit up purple, really excited to show off all the hands-on experiences that our students get to go through, connecting with our alumni association, eating Call Hall Purple Pride ice cream, which is something that's made right on campus. So really great way to explore the university holistically across all of our campuses.
And Eastern Kentucky?
One of my favorite traditions on our campus is we have a Daniel Boone statue that sits at the very center of our campus, and its toe is actually gold plated. So we are very excited about our students when they come to campus. So when they first come to EKU as a freshman, they walk past in a line and they actually rub its toe for good luck. As well as you can, at graduation, they line up and they rub its toe at the last thing when they leave our campus as well. So we're very proud of our Daniel Boone statue.
Wonderful. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we would appreciate any feedback you can give us. Also, this is just one of many sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions as well for the next hour. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording at the same site where you registered. Again, thank you for joining us and have a good afternoon.